I made over $1,000 in 16 minutes this morning, all while live streaming on YouTube to over 4,000 traders. But this didn't happen overnight. I built this strategy risking around $50 per trade. And what most people don't realize is you can start with as little as $4. You can learn with tiny risk, build consistency, and then scale up step by step, which is exactly what I did to get to where I am now, risking around $1,500 a trade. The strategy itself is simple. It only takes me 60 minutes each morning. So even with someone that has a full-time job can do it. And I'm gonna show you exactly how it works, then walk you through this exact trade I took this morning so you can see it come together in real time, not just hindsight. So here's what I do. Every morning I open up the NASDAQ futures chart. And the first thing I do isn't looking for an entry, it's looking at the trend. I go mark up the 15-minute chart and mark out key areas of support and resistance. You can think of these as the floor and the ceiling, where price is likely to reverse, and there are zones where I can look for buyers and sellers that have already stepped in before, and where I think price is most likely to reverse again. Most people overcomplicate trading. Look at the big picture. Once I've got that mapped out, I drop down to a 1-minute chart, and this is where most traders go wrong, where I used to go wrong. They start hunting for every move, every reversal, every breakout, because they don't want to miss out on anything. I don't do that. I wait for a specific set of patterns to line up, what I call my 5-step entry checklist. And if those things don't line up, I don't trade. If the market doesn't fit it, I shut down and do something else with the rest of my day. It's that simple, and anyone can do it. But before I dive deeper into the strategy and show you how to maximize your profit, one quick thing. I trade futures instead of options, Forex, cryptos, or stocks for a reason. With futures, you can start with a really small account. You get leverage of something like options, but the simplicity of trading something like stocks. If you buy, it goes up and you make money. And if you sell and it goes down, you make money. You can start with just a couple of $100 and risk $20 to $50 roughly per trade and gradually scale up your trades consistently as you improve. But before I show you how I find these trades, let me explain where a lot of people sabotage themselves before they even start. If you trade options or Forex, you're going to overcomplicate everything, tie up way more money than you need, and most people just slowly bleed their account learning that the hard way. Futures fixed that for me. I use NinjaTrader for this. It's perfect for beginning traders looking to practice trading for free. There's a link below if you want to check it out yourself. Now let's jump into how I find these pre-market levels. I start on a 15-minute chart every morning because before I look at anything on a 1-minute chart, I want to know what the big picture is. What has made the market move until now? Lately, it's been kind of choppy, going sideways, very volatile. And I find it way easier to just assume the market is going to keep doing what it's doing most of the time. So if you expect it to be choppy and it has been choppy, it's more likely to be choppy. Then I mark my levels. I'm looking at the major extremes where price has touched and sold off multiple times. The main overnight lows and highs and key levels from the days before. Sometimes there's a trend line in there too. None of this has to be exact. The market reacts to a general area, not a perfect price. So I want it to come into the zone and then I want it to show me what it's going to do. I'm just drawing the zones where I expect a reversal so that when the market shoots up into them, I already know a spot I'm watching for. The other thing I have to check every morning is the news. I use this free site called Forex Factory, set it to US only, and it shows me what's coming that day. High, medium, or low impact of the news release. I just want to know if there could be anything big that could move the market before I'm in a trade, so I don't ever get caught off guard. Never try and predict a news event because you don't actually know how the market has already priced in what it's expecting from the news event. So it could go up on bad news or it could go down on good news. Right now, the market is extremely sensitive to any news, especially out of the Middle East. Really, whenever the president speaks, that can move things fast and you really want to be aware of it. And it takes you about 30 seconds to check this every morning. Now, real quick, trading math. I traded with the wrong math for a long time, and it quietly drained my account no matter how good my reads on the market direction were. Now I go for a 1-to-2 or 1-to-3 risk reward ratio on every trade. That means if I risk $100, I'm looking to make 200 or 300. And the reason that that matters is it takes all the pressure off of being right. With that kind of risk reward, I only need to win about 30 to 40% of the time, and I'm still profitable because my winners are that much bigger than my losers. That's the whole reason I specifically trade reversals. When you catch a reversal off a level, the risk reward is really clean. You're risking a little to make a lot. And at the end of the day, you don't get paid to be right in the game, you get paid to be profitable. And once the math is in your favor, you can take a string of losses and it doesn't break you. Now, let me walk you through my specific strategy, the one that takes me 60 minutes every morning before the rest of my day even starts. I'm gonna show you this exact trade where I made over $1,000 step by step with my 5-step entry checklist, so you can see how all of this comes together. And just so you know, this is real. I trade this live every single day for free in front of over 4,000 people on YouTube. This is a trade from just one of those mornings. So the first thing I do every morning is zoom out to a bigger picture chart. 5 or 15 minute chart right now. This is a 5-minute chart of the NASDAQ. And I'm looking to see, okay, if the market opens up here, where would I look for a potential reversal? And the potential reversal for me, the big picture reversal zone, is drawn from really this swing here, a little touch here, and you got a previous swing here as well. To me, that creates this support zone. And so as the market comes down to this, I am looking to see, okay, could it reverse here? And so that's how I draw my reversal zones. And then on the highs, of course, I would mark off the extreme high. If the market popped up here, I would look for a potential reverse there as well. And so that's the biggest key, is waiting for the market to come to you. To me, this is my edge, seeing these areas where the market's like to reverse. And so that is step 1 in my checklist. And then if I pull up a live recording from that day on a 1-minute chart, I look to see where the market, you can see it's coming down that support zone. And so I want to look to see, okay, is it going to potentially bounce off of there? But kind of the first thing in that is looking to see this downtrend that it has start to fail and start to reverse. And so this trade here is a little bit more aggressive than a lot of my other examples. But what happens here, and this is a big key that I really want you to focus on, that is probably the most important signal that I have ever found in the market, is when it comes to these levels and you see the market's kind of trending down in this pretty consistent, healthy way, it starts to get really overextended here. And then all of a sudden it snaps back. And so it has 2 big candlesticks that immediately reverse this kind of breakout it did of this low. So essentially, to me, what this is I call it a failed breakout. And it's an unhealthy move to the downside. And so to me, what that shows is it's a trigger. If this is going to reverse up, this is the extreme low. It's generally not going to break this low that the market put in. And so that's why I like to put my stops below those, because to me, if the market's going to bottom here, this is that extreme signal. And then from there, what I like to see is I like to see some kind of higher low generally. In this case, to me, the signal was so strong of this bottom here that I looked to see it slow down a little bit. And then I actually scaled in half size here. And so if I just zoom forwards a little bit in the recording, it has a tiny bit of a pullback there, you can see, just a little micro pullback. And to me, that was good enough of a signal to actually scale in half size of my risk. So I usually risk about $1,500 per trade, but this trade right here with my stop all the way at this low is $750, because my thought is, well, okay, I want to scale in here. I like the signal and I like the potential for this to go up. And if it pulls back a little bit more and makes what I like to see, which my really good signal is like a head and shoulders, then I'll jump in the rest of my trade and be max size. And so that's where, risk management and sizing comes into play. It's a little more complicated, not something to really focus on right away. But to me, the signal here was the big picture is the most important. Looking at the 5-minute chart of this coming down to this support area is the most important thing, because then the big picture is going to take over and it's going to push the market up. And then I look for a 1 minute for more of an accurate entry of, seeing where my stop is. And then from there, it's, thinking about that risk reward and just letting the market play out. And so this trade kind of moved up pretty quickly in my favor. I didn't get that pullback that I was looking for to necessarily add on and put more risk on the trade. But from there, you can see it kind of just popped up. And in terms of managing, thinking about, okay, up here is the easy money, because this is the pre-market highs. A lot of times with these reversals, the target, the easy money, is the other end of the swing. And so from here, you can see it's kind of managing with this uptrend line that it's playing on. I don't really use any indicators, as you can see. I just look at, okay, how is this trend playing out as it continues higher? And so it slowly just pops up, and I scale my stop loss up, tightening things up, kind of reducing some of that risk. And as it kind of gets up here, I actually just had a limit order, and I just closed out at a limit order up here for about $1,000 on the day. And so you can see that was actually a little bit longer than normal. Market opens at 9:30 and went to 11:30, so about 2 hours. But a lot of the times I'm done in an hour. And so if you want to get a more detailed walkthrough of my checklist, I've got a PDF here that I highly recommend checking out. It's totally free, just requires an email. And then if you want to learn more about this strategy, since I really just went through it pretty quickly here, check out this video right here. It'll go into way more detail on this strategy.